Hello, hello. Are we starting? I cannot see you, I'm sorry. Okay, all good. Excellent. Welcome to this session with the lightning talks. Thank you all for being here. My name is Anna, and today I wanted to talk to you about community building and how a good internal conference can make all the difference. But first, a quick show of hands. Raise your hand if you've ever been to an internal gathering or conference with, let's say, 30 plus participants. Yeah, we've all been there. Excellent. Did you feel like it was an event that you want to go to every year? Like, was it worth your time? Yes, still quite a lot of people. What if we take away the fancy hotel or travel to another country, good dinner? Like, would you still go there? So as you can see from my line of questioning, I was hoping to have less hands with each next question. And I think we achieved that more or less. But so if you feel like sometimes a gathering is inspiring and you want to go there again and again and again, and sometimes like it's like just you feel afterwards empty and like it was a waste of your time, so you're in the right place. Let's dive into it and try to figure out what makes a good internal conference. So I work as a software developer in Equinor, and there we have this internal Equinor Developer Conference, EDC for short, that is, in my opinion, consistently awesome. And no, we don't fly to Las Vegas every year. We just get together in Stavanger and have an event that, at least in my calendar, is a highlight of the year. And this talk was born out of curiosity, like what makes some events stand out. I joined Equinor in 2020, which obviously is a COVID year, no gatherings. But in 2021, I went to my first EDC, and I loved it. And I immediately signed up to be in the organizing committee and been there ever since. But as you can see, when I joined it, it was already an ongoing process. And so when I joined, it was already a well-established and anticipated event. And I wanted to figure out how it became that. So I decided to tap into the developer community around me and talk to people who've seen it grow and could provide some insights. So this is a list of my acknowledgements for people who spent some time talking to me and helped me shape this presentation. I'm very grateful for their time. And so basically what I figured out is that, in my opinion, the three success pillars of EDC, I will call it EDC for short, is evolution, community drive from below, and commitment from above. And it neatly matches the EDC abbreviation, as you can see. I'm very happy about that. So right now, this presentation will be about giving you sort of a recipe of how you can run an internal event or conference that is worth your time, even though maybe I'm not always the one who came up with the recipe, so it's a combination of things. But I think the base, or the most important ingredient, is this drive, or the community drive from below. Because good conference can rarely be established top-down, but if you tap into community and ask them to come up with suggestions of what they want to talk about, what will be the workshops, what will be the talks, it's more engaging for everyone involved, because people prefer listening to their colleagues, and it also helps you to build this competence in technical communication or presentation skills, teaching workshops, and so on. And when it's internal, you like listening to your colleague, I think, because you're in the same context. You can share the same pain, and it's immediately more relevant. And also, it provides this sense of ownership, because you know this famous IKEA effect. If you build it, you value it more. You think it's it's better if you contribute it. And in the past years, we always had at least 1/3 of participants being also active contributors. I think last year it was even more. And I talked about it yesterday at NDC with someone, and they asked how do you motivate people to apply and give a talk? And one extra reason is that this event is actually really popular, and the only way to secure your spot is to be a contributor. So for example, this year, This is the message from the Slack. Like, all of this is not important. The important part is that the conference filled up in 1 minute and 4 seconds. So after we reserved all the places for speakers and organizers, the general public tickets were like it's just places. It's internal, it's free. We'll get on in 1 minute and 4 seconds. So, like, it's comparable to Taylor Swift concert tickets, I guess. I wanted to give you also some implementation details or like tips and tricks of what worked for us, such that you're more equipped to do it on your own. You can use any specialized tools for creating events. There are a lot of tools out there, but you can also skip that and use the tools that you're already using. So we, for example, decided to go with the GitHub and Slack, and it works just fine. Every time we have a conference, we will create a repository and receive proposals in the form of issues and pull requests. It's also nice for us in the committee because then we can automate the process a bit and have some scripts running in the background. Like, it's easier for everyone, and you don't have to have a specialized tools. We landed on a format which I think is quite similar to what NDC is having. So 2 days of workshops following by 2 days of the conference. And the workshops, they can be as technical as you want, while the conference we reserve to, like, we aim for it to be a full experience for the whole team. So managers will join, product owners, and so on. And when I say that it's a large conference, I'm not lying. So we usually have around 12 to 14 parallel workshop tracks and 5 tracks for the conference. Right. The second pillar is commitment, and there need to be, I mean, if you're organizing a large event, it cannot happen without commitment from the line and from the management, from people with the money. But it's also important that you understand why you're doing this. And I think, like, I look at it as a cornerstone of community building. And if you're like, if you admit that, like, this is the main goal, we're doing this to have strong internal developer community, a lot of things become easier, and like, it's clear what you need to do. So, for example, social activities are treated as a first-class citizens. So if you propose to have a chess tournament or football match, this proposal is treated in the same way as any other workshop or talk, because if we're serious, like, for community building, playing football together is equally important as sitting and listening to the keynote. Then we try to prioritize newcomers, because this is a platform for people to become a speaker. So if you've never done it before, you will probably, like, you're more likely get a spot than someone who is like seasoned speaker with other forums to present. And also, like, if you just joined the company, if you're a graduate just joining, we also try to prioritize and such that you get a spot and actually get acquainted with the community. All participants, even including locals, are encouraged to stay in the conference hotel, because, again, having a breakfast together is equally important to community building as going to a workshop. Some implementation details here as well. It's nice if there is some sort of regularity to it. It doesn't have to be every year. It can be every 1.5 years, for example. But you need to know that when one conference ends, the next will happen. And, like, you can already start thinking about what you're going to present on the next one. And while even having one community-driven event is better than none, in my opinion at least, it's still, like, you get all the benefits if it happens regularly. So it's the best if there is a regularity to it, because then like, you have this beautiful onion growth when content creation is happening at the conference, and then you have a pool for your sharing sessions, for example. So it gets spread within the company, and then later you also have something to apply and talk at external conferences like NDC or some local ones. We have this policy of no video recordings because, again, it should be a safe place for new speakers to try out, and that keeps them, I don't know, at ease. But we tried the video streaming in 26 because, like, the tickets were limited. We had limited amount of space, and I think it went fine. We did video streaming only on 1 track out of 5. It's a good experiment. And you gotta love 1-hour time slots, because I think it's a great idea that you always know that when the hour starts, something new is happening. So 9 sharp, 10 sharp, 11 sharp, and it leaves you with this beautiful 45-minute format for the longer talk, or 3 15-minute lightning talks. And the important point here is 15 minutes of slack, because then the conference basically runs itself. You don't have to have a person standing there and like, oh, it's time, you need to like move and go to the next room. Because usually, if you finish early, it's okay, you can have a longer coffee chat. Again, we're here to build the community. And in my experience, no one will talk more than an hour. So it just doesn't happen, so it works. And hopefully by now you're already excited and want to try it at your own company. And here is an extra bonus point to convince your manager to do it, because this sort of internal conference also increases retention, because it provides this ability to change the job without changing the company. We don't necessarily know what's happening in the neighboring team, yet alone in another location. And sometimes when you're stuck in a bad project, you go to internal conference and you learn about something that you're truly excited about. And then maybe you can rotate there. So yeah, reduce turnover, good. And going back to the last pillar, evolution. So I truly believe in iterative approach, and you don't need to build something perfect immediately, as long as you're willing to iterate and make it better each next time. And for that, you need to collect the feedback. So how we do it, we usually have the last session, the closing session of the conference will be a feedback session. We iterated on the format, here you can see a photo of something like a retro, I guess. We also use Menti, and they're pick your format. But then I will tell you a story, because now I feel smug every time I see a badge with just one hole, because every time it will be like this. Every time you need to know the name of the person, it will be like this. And in 23, the majority of the feedback we got was about the badge and how if you just have 2 holes, it will stay in place and not rotate. So now, yeah. Very, very important improvement. Of course, the feedback can be about anything, but yeah, nice touch. And hopefully by this time you see that this topic is near and dear to my heart, because this is about sense of belonging. And these are my people, this is my crowd, my conference, and if you dare to try the recipe, I hope that you can make something that is yours too. Thank you. I suppose we don't do questions for the short talk.